and I will share the document again because we just had a couple more people pop in. So I popped into release notes and started checking stuff out. The supposed analytics usage tracking data visualization dashboard does not return any results. I tested it a couple of times. We can go back again, but the one that does work, which I'm excited to play with, is in um, the Alma supplied dashboard for ACRL and iPads, which is not the one that I've created for you guys, but you can use it. It's just a lot more complicated than most of you guys need to get the stuff you need. Now has this item creation date filter. So that's great because there is a line that wants books added in the last year. So you can see here now the Alma Supply dashboard has the creation date filter, material type, resource type, bib level, location name, and physical item material type, in addition to bibliographic material type. And this filter was added to both the physical titles and to the electronic titles dashboard things. Now, if you have not taken a look at the WACTCLC one, I believe we've already got that in there. I'm gonna just take a look. Linda, I got into yours because I knew I was trying to make the other one work, and it was and I knew we'd run some analytics lately. But it didn't. So the WACTCLC iPads is in here under the statistics reporting dashboards. And this is where the most updated one will be kept. So I'll like move it out and keep it updated. And if we look at these, I've got they're set up a little differently because I did kind of adapt them from what there were, but we've got the item creation date as a range, which and you can see there aren't 6 more prompts. Oh, sure. Thank you. I definitely thought I was. Glad someone's on it. Thanks, Linda. That's more helpful, isn't it? Okay, now I gotta get there we go. Okay, so the WACTCLC statistics, if you go to analytics, you go to catalog, and I can also share that path again, but we have the item creation date set as a range, and then nothing else is prompted because you guys, aren't enormous systems trying to pull, 80 different locations. So the Alma one that they're so excited because they added the item creation date filter is in the industry standard reports and the ACRL iPads thing. And then if you look at theirs, like it gives you nothing unless you do a prompt. Yeah, so can be a little annoying. So yes, ours is adapted, and I do keep kind of adapting it, and it is under the shared folders community reports consortia, WACTCLC, and then the statistics reporting dashboards. So I try and keep this clean. So ours has a far simplified display where you can still filter by item creation date, but you're not having to prompt a bunch of other stuff, and you're still getting these details in the table. So that Alma release note, oh, come on, was not super exciting because we already have it. Analytics object list, which we know got a makeover earlier this year, is getting a little more functional so that if you have many objects in the list, you can search by description and report name now. I've had a few folks with having trouble getting widgets to re-show up from their old analytics objects list. And what I discovered was that in some cases, and I don't know if this is happening at Lower Columbia, so but in some cases the path to the report is just not working. This one actually is just no results. But that's an Ex Libris one. Yours probably all work, Linda. You're all on top of it.
I could tell you there's one that I cannot
this
seem
one
to figure
probably
out.
doesn't work. This one's probably not great because it's the real old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, which one can't you figure out?
It's like something hotspots. I think it's Wi-Fi hotspots, current and lost.
Well, let's check on the
Yeah, I know it definitely says
report name.
hotspot.
Hot.
Like I cannot seem to refresh the path and it will not show up. It's, yeah, number 4.
Okay. Path not found. So
yeah, I haven't moved it from the
yeah.
folder, nothing. Like I don't know what's going on.
And
And I have
is
deleted it and added it again. Doesn't do anything either.
weird. Okay. So, oop, no, that's not it. It's under your report. Well, there it is.
Bam. Thank you so much. I've actually, I like widgets. So I've basically turned some of our most popular reports into widgets and my team appreciates the visuals.
Okay. What roles do you want? You're general,
Circ
right?
manager. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm general, but
But
circ
you have
manager.
Circ manager.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
Dun, da, da. All right. And then this one's not working, so we'll just remove it so people. Yeah, I have found that when I am having trouble with one and I add it back in, and if I schedule report like right away, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it is like, oh, you really mean it. You want to see this stuff. We'll follow that path. So Yeah. I don't know. It's a mystery, as so many things are. But yeah, so finding things that with silly missed paths, scheduling it makes it so that you can add it as a widget. Oh yeah, it could have, did it have an ampersand? Yeah, that could have been it because that does mess with, although the actual title of the report wasn't, but maybe it was the display one.
Yeah, I always avoid any sort of special characters. The most I use
Mm-hmm.
are hyphens, and hyphens have never been an issue. So
Yeah, I'm gonna take out test because it worked. We'll add current. Now watch it breaks. No, okay, great. Um, so yeah, I think they're still working on some of the functionality of the new UI on this guy. But it's nice that they have this report name search. I have been having trouble getting back to my dashboard from the analytics object list. This has just worked, but I wonder because I don't have any widgets on in this particular institution. Um, oh, come on, Zoom. All right. Uh, anyway, these were older. These have been live for some time, but you're now able to see um, what level the collection is managed at. If you do electronic collection reports, you can add that field in because that is the field that they've added in the CZ, so you can see if it's Ex Libris managing it or somebody else. And I think they finally sorted out that weird profile note that happened in May, right before we went to Eluna. If you'll recall, all of a sudden users had notes, and every single day there was another note every time it got overwritten with patron. So um yeah, hopefully this will help clear those out. I don't know if we ever figured out how to bulk remove those notes or not, or if Ex Libris went ahead and fixed the bug. Um, there's nothing much on yeah, so yeah, you've had to delete them manually. Yeah. There's nothing much on October yet. However, I am kind of excited about the continuing work that they're doing with analytics fields and tables. Looks like they're focusing on acquisitions at the current time, but we will review the October ones in the October Alma updates meeting at the beginning. It's only in like 2 weeks. So yeah, and maybe you guys can help me out with this one. So this analytics usage dashboard that doesn't work. So I'm gonna go to catalog because it said it was available in the catalog. I also went to data visualization and searched it. Um, so it's in Alma. It's in the analytics usage tracking, data visualization, and then here it is. And when I open it, nothing. Um, and I know we've run reports, and this is supposedly like, oh, how are you using analytics? And it's just not here. I'm gonna not auto apply filters, remove all filters. And well, at least now I got a name. Okay, let's say current month. Yes, there we go. Yeah, so then it's empty again. So I have no idea what, because I know that we've run queries. So anyway, as usual, something that they think they did, they really didn't. I would like to also go over the Primo release notes, but I think I'm going to save that for the Primo group meeting, because some of it is a little complicated and has to do with browsing and Ferber and all kinds of good stuff. As far as what I am working on right now, I am working on putting together the sushi harvesting workshop presentation. That workshop is October 18th. It's in the afternoon. We will record it. If you click on the link on our website, which you can get to wactclick.org, over here, I thought I was very clever. All you have to do is do this so I can send you the link. And then here is the preparation worksheet, that if you can have that filled out as much as possible beforehand, we'll all be able to work through things faster. And then here are some of the instructions from vendors and from Ex Libris, as like who does sushi and which reports do they support. Now, if you don't know, let's go and download this for the 7 millionth time. You can ignore this because we are not necessarily, I stole this from who did I steal this from? LibKey. Because, was it LibKey? Was something. So don't worry about that one. It's just this one, the second tab. And here's just an example. And just go into your admin and figure out as much of this as possible. Sometimes you don't know customer name, ID, requester name, like you don't know exactly who it is, but like username, if you are the admin, it's your login name for that platform. It's your password. It's the email that is attached to that username. If there's somewhere that says API key, although I don't even think ProQuest calls it that, they call it something else. And then if you don't know which reports you need, don't worry about that. The biggest thing is having some kind of set of information in these cells, and then we can go through one vendor at a time, setting that up and testing, because some of them, like, so EBSCO has requester ID as this long key, but then ProQuest actually has it as the API key, and then the requester ID is the like the weird account login thing, but then this is the institution number for your school. Like, just put them in wherever you think it makes sense, because these column headings are the Alma column heading field headings, and they may not be the platforms. So as we figure out which is which, we can sort it out. Elena?
Oh, hi, Carly. Hi, everybody. So I have a question for this. Do we just need one row filled out per vendor. So, like for example, we have a ton of EBSCO databases. We've got a CINAHL, we've got Academic Search, all of those. One of them will cover all of the databases from the vendor, right?
Yes. There are exceptions, and that is, of course, ProQuest, because the academic platform, the ebook platform, and Alexander Street have slightly different settings because they have different admin portals. But EBSCO is pretty straightforward because all of their products are the one platform. Gale is also just the one platform. So, and if you look, this base vendor list does kind of show you if somebody has multiple. So this Allen Press has two. AEA might
and
have
Credo
two.
just got bought out by Infobase, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be interesting. Yeah, so like you can see though, like Bloomsbury Publishing has actually put in a lot of detail about what they require. But I tried to provide the most used. So you can see ebook central has a slightly different, but there is films on demand. So if you have, so not all Infobase then may be on the same one because we have Infobase down here. So if you have other, like the primary collection is from Infobase and you also have films on demand, it may be the same info, but you might want to just collect as much as you can and then we'll be testing together. What was Oxford has a couple different ones, but if you look, they're all actually the same. So I think we only need one for Oxford. TNF does have two, one for journals, one for ebooks. And we're not even gonna miss with people who are still on 4 just because it's really annoying and it's not apples to apples, and most of the statistics dashboards that are functioning right now are on 5. If you absolutely need one that's on 4, we can work on that more individually. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't have the participant screen where I could see it. So yeah, and then shortly before the workshop, I will send everyone who is registered the link. So one of the things that I was encouraged to do is use a little more security as far as passing out like Zoom links, which is why our meeting Zooms now have the password. Like even though we are state institutions and then I do post the recordings, I am trying to be a lot more cognizant about privacy and access to our systems. So hence all of the new hoops on registering for things. So anyway, where did it go? That's not it. It must be here. Yep, there we go. So if you click here for the libkey info session in a couple of weeks, you'll also get a Google form where you can just give me your email. And if someone else from your institution ends up wanting the link, by all means, go ahead and share it with them. That's not really the issue. It's just so that it's not just a login anybody kind of thing. So anyway, yeah, so I am working on that sushi harvesting workshop. I am also working as quickly as I can to figure out CTC link and query development, because everybody's queries are slightly different and everybody is having, well, not everybody, but several institutions are having continuous issues with patron load. And some of it is with the information coming from data link, and some of it is in the script that formats and delivers that file. So I'm going through a lot of the state board query developer things. And I finally got our sandbox, our first refresh sandbox. I can confidently say that I have like the ability to log into it. We are having some issues. I had to bring in Ex Libris support, and now I'm just playing with configuration to figure out how to best set that up. And as soon as I can start adding people to this one, I will schedule the next sandbox to be refreshed. So that continues. And then finally, the last big thing that I am working on is a sole source contract for state of Washington purchasing, because certain vendor subscriptions, because you do have, a lot of products from a certain vendor, like EBSCO or ProQuest, are exceeding the annual like single vendor purchase automatic approval threshold. And in order for business offices to not get all stupid and weird about it, we are trying to create a sole source contract for our vendors so that it's just not an issue, and those contracts are just on file with the state. What's interesting is that they did not file a sole source contract when they contracted with Ex Libris for Alma Primo. They do, however, have a sole source for something else that's library software related, and I was like, what? So working with EBSCO to get that done and in place. And this kind of paves the way if we end up doing consortium level deals where we're doing a single invoice and then billing out, because I do have ProQuest interested in doing it that way. I think EBSCO would also kind of like that. So yeah, Elena.
Yeah, sorry. Once again, another question. How does that affect us with our billing, like on a college by college level? Are things going to change? Like, are business offices going to be cutting checks differently? Like, how does that look from our perspective?
Nothing has really changed yet. What's happened is that I think there's 2 colleges that have subscriptions with EBSCO that are over the like individual purchase limit, and their business offices don't want to sign the check. And so EBSCO has worked it out so that they've split the subscription cost into 2 payments, so it's over 2 fiscal years. And in order to simplify and kind of fix that, I am doing that work kind of on behalf of everybody to set up these sole source contracts, because they can be a bit of work and it's not real clear exactly how you get one approved. And then down the road, if somebody's business office is like, whoa, you're paying a lot of money towards whoever, you can be like, and yes, here is the state sole source contract on file. Write my check.
Okay. I don't think that's a worry for us.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
So
okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, and I would love to have it on hand, like in case I can get a consortium deal together that we wrote one check for. So far, Big Bend doesn't gatekeep too much on WACTCLC checks, but they could decide to start to. So yeah, it's just a lot of paperwork that would take individual institutions' time, and I can do that on your behalf and get them filed. So that is the release notes for September and my projects. I'll get some details and links put into this document, a few screenshots of this item creation date filter, and where to find the Alma dashboard, as well as where to find the WACTCLC dashboard. I do continue to play with the WACTCLC dashboard to make it just easier, cleaner, and reflect your collections and practices more simply. And we already saw the ease of searching for an analytics object by a report name. So that's exciting. On Thursday, let's see, we'll look at this. And on Thursday, our meeting topic will be norm rules and cataloging. So we've been doing a lot of work on that. We even continue meeting over the summer. However, on Thursday, as it turns out at 1 p.m., I will be in the midst of driving through Eastern Washington toward like Hood River area, and I don't know if I'll have service, and I definitely won't be on a computer. So I'm gonna reach out to Kirsty and see if she is willing to lead that meeting, so that you can keep working on the cool norm rules stuff that we've been doing. We've been doing the, oh, somebody refresh my memory. I'll get it open here and then I'll remember. We've been cleaning things up. Oh, Victoria, it's the ebook field thing, and we're adding them to, it's not Alma, it's project groups.
I haven't attended since.
Well, we haven't had one
for a
since.
while. Okay.
So yeah, we're working on, we did the indication rule and norm process to correct material type when things were incorrectly set as books, but they were really, or they were set as computer files, but they were 3D electronic objects. And then we've been working on creating the 336, 338 fields in records without them. And so we've found some rules in the community, norm rules, and we've been doing that normalization process in small batches to see where it like doesn't work, like which types of item types it's not working in. Because one of the rules, the community norm rules we found, had many material types, but not all of them. So that is what we will be working on Thursday, and hopefully Kirsty will lead it. And if not, we'll keep going. We'll figure it out. But anyway, so that's what's coming up. And next week, did I close that after it took so long to open? Of course I did. Next week, we'll have the Primo customization. So we will talk about the Primo release notes and some of the changes that have happened in Primo, and we will continue to work on the Spanish view and start putting together like a list of translations for the common buttons and labels and such, so that you can customize once you activate that language. And then on Tuesday, we will go through open tickets with Ex Libris. So if you have any specific open tickets with them that you would like to bring to my attention, please do send me a note. Otherwise, I will just be going through all of them and kind of pulling out any that I'm like, oh, I wonder if we could collectively solve this without Ex Libris's help, or this is serious and I need to escalate it because it shouldn't still be open and they should be providing better support. And then in about 2 weeks' time, and this is one that I do want to promo, and I will promo some more. I would like to have a discussion / forum, I don't really know what to call it, on library signage, because I know that we've got some recently renovated libraries with great signage, not so great signage. We have questions about signage. It's always good to kind of talk about our students' experiences with our library jargon, what's working for you, what's not. And this could even extend to, the language we use on websites or in the catalog if we wanted to. So I will be trying to recruit probably 3 people to talk about their experiences and share some pictures of signage or examples, and then kind of open it up for more discussion from there. So we've been talking about signage on and off over the last 11 months, and it's a pet topic of mine. So I'm excited about that. So look out for that. And that is what's up. So I am out of the office Thursday and Friday this week. And I will be back next week, Monday. Let's see. Pretty open. Dentist, dang it. Yeah, so pretty open. So if you need to meet with me about anything, I do have a few things on my radar. And I'll just be cranking away until I leave for this wedding weekend vacation thing. So 10:40. Any questions, follow up? Otherwise, I will say have a great week, and I will add notes to our open call record for today, and I'll see you later.
Thanks, Carly. Have a good
Thanks
week.
nice to see you, Elena. Well, see.
Yeah, my first getting back. Yay.
Yay. And Victoria, we will meet next week. I'm working on the patron load.
Okay, sounds good. We would.
So